Welcome to my speech. A lot of us dreamed as kids to be a superhero. Well, what does a superhero do? They try to save the world and make it a better place. So I'm going to present a way to make the world just a little bit better and make you two superheroes. I'm going to talk about plastic pollution and present an idea how to stop it. Pasta straws. I'm sure that if you listen carefully, you'll be convinced by this idea. I got confronted with this topic for the first time as I went to a restaurant where a lot of young people meet and a couple of years ago. At first I felt kind of strange about the idea of pasta straws, but with the time especially restaurants that are run by young owners switched to pasta straws and now a lot of restaurants have them. Doing a little preview about my speech, I'm going to start talking about the plastic pollution first, then I'm going to show the consequences plastic pollution will have for the next years on our planet, and after that I will explain the idea of pasta straws and how the idea has been developed. I will go on in my speech by telling you how the idea established itself in the gastronomy branch. In the end, I'm going to present a plan how everybody of us can help to stop plastic pollution and how we can establish pasta straws here on campus. You probably already heard 100 speeches about plastic pollution. This might be somewhat boring, but also very important because it affects our planet's future, so also our future. First of all, I want to give you a little introduction into plastic pollution. Plastic pollution is bad for the world because of several reasons. The world's average temperature rises, animals, especially birds and fishes, eat plastic and often die from it. It affects the nature like corals in the sea, which can spread out because of the amount of plastic in the sea. According to research by Janice Brainy at the Utah State University, over 247 million pounds of plastic pollution are produced in the USA every year. If we look at this number, it is almost impossible to picture this amount of plastic, and this is only one country. It did not take me long to find something made of plastic in my room. A plastic cup, a phone case, and if I look around, I can also see several snacks wrapped into plastic and a bin full of plastic. The problem plastic pollution causes can especially be seen in the sea. According to an article published by National Geographic, every year about 8 million tons of plastic waste escapes into the oceans from the coastal nations. That's the equivalent of setting 5 garbage bags full of trash on every foot of coastline around the world. This affects, as I already mentioned, plants and animals in the sea. About half of the plastic ever made has been produced in the last 15 years. And production has increased from 2.3 million tons in 1950 to 448 million tons in 2015. The production is expected to double by 2050. Next, I want to show you what consequences plastic pollution will have for us over the next years and decades. Plastic pollution will bring a lot of problems to nature and humanity in the next years and decades. One of the biggest problems is the so-called microplastic. Once in a natural ecosystem, plastic gets broken down into small pieces by the sunlight, wind, sea, and wave action. The pieces get that little that they can spread out all over the world. Pieces have already been found on the Mount Everest, for example. The dangerous part about microplastics particles is that they also have been found in our drinking water. If, as expected, the plastic production will double until 2015, even more microplastic will find its way into our drinking water and can be a major issue for our human body. Recently, the first baby with microplastic particles in its body has been born. This development is really dangerous and is only one of a lot of reasons why plastic pollution should be stopped. While getting broken down by the nature, plastic blows out greenhouse gases, which are bad for the climate and speeds up the process of climate warming. Especially plastic which is in the sea is bad for the climate because it heats up the ocean and changes the environment for animals rapidly. Looking at the part of plastic pollution we want to work on by cut out plastic straws from our system, there is to say that in the EU and USA every day over 600 million plastic straws get used. This shows that even a little invention like pasta straws can make a big difference. Now I want to present the idea of the pasta straws and how they can make a significant impact in reducing plastic pollution. Pasta straws are normal non-cooked bucatini, which cooked would be like big spaghetti with a hole in the middle. In a non-cooked shape they look like normal plastic straws. The idea of replacing plastic straws with pasta straws is a good one because other than the plastic straws, the pasta straws are easily compostable. According to the article, pasta straws, the nearly perfect solution for our plastic problem, they take about 3 months to turn back into soil and don't hurt the environment at all. As a comparison, plastic straws take us estimated 200 years. The trend of giving up on plastic straws and support the pasta straws has already started. Especially trendy restaurants and cafes in bigger cities have changed the types of straws. Some governments already decided to prohibit the usage of plastic straws. The EU, for example, wants to cancel plastic straws from the market until 2025. The next step is now to bring the straws to big fast food companies. Companies like Subway or McDonald's earn a lot of critique because of their plastic pollution in the beginning of the century. This is why they started campaigns saying they would help to stop the plastic pollution. This includes, for example, McDonald's using paper bags instead of plastic bags. The reason why pasta straws are not integrated in the big company's business yet is that they are more expensive than plastic straws. Nevertheless, bringing pasta straws into such a big company would already be a big help for the environment. Taking the cafeteria as an example, we could already change some things and make a big impact on our campus plastic pollution. A lot of students get food to go. This normally means the food is in a plastic box with plastic cutlery, a plastic drinking cup, plastic straws, and cover in a plastic bag. It is evident that this can be improved, especially because I'm pretty sure that half of the students have the time to sit down for 20 minutes and eat their food. On one hand, the cafeteria can integrate ideas like pasta straws, paper bags, etc. to stop plastic pollution. On the other hand, students also can think about the aspects we talked about today and maybe eat their food in the cafeteria with a normal plate, metal cutlery, and a washable plastic cup. In the end of my speech, I want to underline that plastic pollution will affect our world and life soon if we don't do anything against it. As we can see in the example of pasta straws, even little inventions and ideas can make a big impact on reducing plastic pollution. I really hope that some of you will think about all the problems and solutions I presented today and maybe won't take their next meal to go. Everybody who rejects plastic and uses an alternative already helps. And the help of everybody is really needed in order to keep this world a beautiful place. Thank you.